Once upon a time, in a bright and happy meadow full of colorful flowers, butterflies, and a sparkling stream, there lived a little bunny named Benny. Benny was cute, fluffy, and super lazy. All the other bunnies loved playing hopscotch, skipping rope, and practicing their karate kicks. But not Benny. Benny just wanted to yawn, lie under his favorite tree, and munch on his yummy snacks. One day, a group of field mice were scampering around, gathering seeds and grains for the winter. "Hey, Benny, why don't you help us? You're stronger than you look," squeaked one of the mice. "No way," yawned Benny. "It's much more fun to take a nap right here." And with that, he snuggled into a patch of soft grass and started munching on some cookies. "This is the life," he mumbled with a full mouth. Meanwhile, the squirrels were collecting nuts, the birds were building their cozy nests, and the busy ants were carrying food for their colony. All the animals bustled about, each doing their part to get ready for the winter. Benny watched them from his comfy spot under the tree. "Why work hard when you can just relax and take a nap?" he thought. But then one day, dark clouds filled the sky. A big storm was coming. The animals rushed to their homes, each carrying food or gathering their families. They hurried to stay safe from the wind and the rain. But Benny, he didn't have a home, and he didn't have any food. What was he going to do? "Oh no, I don't have a home or food. What will I do?" cried Benny. He looked around for help. First, he knocked on the squirrel's door. "Can I please come in and hide from the storm? I don't want to be lazy anymore," he asked. The squirrel peeked out, saw how wet Benny was, and said, "I'm sorry, but we've got no room. We just have enough nuts for ourselves." And with that, she closed the door. Benny tried the same thing with the birds. "Please let me share your nest. I promise I won't be lazy anymore," he pleaded. But the birds just shook their heads and chirped, "Sorry, we don't have enough food for everyone." Discouraged, Benny walked over to the ants' hill. "Hello, kind ants. Please let me hide in your hill. I'm not lazy anymore," he said. But the ants just shook their heads and scurried back into their hill, leaving Benny all alone, sad and shivering. Benny sat under the old oak tree, hugging his knees to his chest. His tummy rumbled with hunger, and big fat raindrops poured onto his head. The storm lasted all night long, and by the end, Benny was soaked, cold, and very hungry. He wished he'd listened to the others and worked hard when he had the chance. Now he was too scared to be lazy again. Finally, the rain stopped, and when Benny looked up, he saw a beautiful rainbow shining in the sky. The next morning, Benny woke up with the sunrise. The storm was gone, and the meadow was shining brightly once again. He looked around and saw all the animals getting ready for a new day. An idea popped into Benny's head. "I want to change," he thought. He went to the birds and asked, "Can I help you build your nest? Maybe I can gather some twigs or moss for you." The birds were surprised, but they happily accepted Benny's help. Together, they made the perfect nest for Mama Bird and her babies. Then Benny went to the squirrels and offered to carry nuts. "Wow, you're a strong bunny. Thank you for helping us," said the squirrels. As Benny gathered nuts, he laughed and played with the squirrel babies, having lots of fun. He also went to see the ants and asked what he could do. "You can help us build our hill," said the ants. "That would be wonderful." And so Benny spent the whole day rolling pebbles and twigs to make a new home for the ants. After a long day of working and playing, Benny was exhausted, but he felt great. He wasn't just the fluffiest bunny in the meadow anymore. He was also the most helpful one, and that made him the happiest bunny in the whole wide world. From that day on, Benny never had problems with being lazy. He always remembered the important lesson he learned from his friends, that working together makes everything fun and easy. And whenever he saw someone who needed help, he was always the first to lend a hand. After all, he wasn't just a bunny who took naps and ate snacks. He was Benny, the kind and helpful bunny who lived in a beautiful meadow with his friends.